What's up, guys, and welcome back to another Billy Talks Ball football video. Now, today we got some huge news. Super Frankie Lampard has just been relieved of his duties as Everton's manager. He has just been sacked, and in my opinion, it's a good decision. I love Lampard as a Chelsea fan, growing up watching him carry our club to Champions Leagues and Premier Leagues, and seeing him be an absolute leader on the pitch. That doesn't necessarily mean as a player you'll be the same as when you're a manager. Now, we've seen it with Gerrard as well. We've seen that both these players are arguably some of the best players we've seen in the Premier League of all time. And it just goes to show that it doesn't matter what you do as a player. As a manager, it's a completely different ballgame. Now, if we go into Everton's stats here, we're looking at 3 games that they've won in 20 games. 3 games they've won, so 17 games where they haven't won a game. It's been 11 draws and 15 losses for Everton. They've also had a minus 13 goal difference, with having 28 goals conceded and 15 goals scored. 15 goals scored in 20 games is poor on itself. Then we look at 28 goals conceded. It's just not good enough. For an Everton side with the history of the club constantly being in the Premier League, they're one of the longest reigning teams to have played in the Premier League. Got a huge fan base, got a huge following. One of the big clubs, not with success, but with just being a Premier League club. It's sad to see Lampard getting sacked, but overall, there's not a lot we can do about it. Could we see Lampard go to Tottenham? We know that Conte is going to be leaving at the end of the season, and we know that overall Tottenham hasn't been good enough. So could we see Lampard try and push for another big job like he did with Chelsea? Obviously, it didn't work out well there. But obviously, as we know, Conte will be looking to move on in the next 6 months if Levy doesn't get him to sign another contract. I just think that overall, we have to look at the real situation here, and that is who's going to go in charge of Everton, who's going to go in charge of Tottenham, and where's Conte going to go, and where's Lampard going to go. Now, straight away, if you're looking at Everton and you're looking for a manager, you're looking at the likes of Steve Bruce, you're looking at other managers around that sort of level who have been battling relegations for year in, year out, looking to bring teams to fight, get the grit, and go out there and win games, get points, to be able to go and win games. And I think that maybe, like I said, Steve Bruce is a good candidate, especially with how Everton's form has been. Only winning 3 games, being 19th in the Premier League, it's just not good enough. Moving on to where Lampard could go, I don't think he deserves a big move. We're not looking at the likes of Tottenham. For me, I'd like to see him down in the Championship, try and get a bit more confidence with players, get out of the Premier League, maybe even go abroad, try and find some sort of confidence where he is not being this sort of manager, because we've seen what he can do with Derby. He did very well with Derby, just narrowly missing out of getting promoted to the Premier League when Derby were in the Championship. Obviously, they did have Mount, and I think Tomori was there as well. So he did have some of them good players that we see now. And I think that, yeah, overall, Lampard could be looking at a Championship job or something like that. Moving on to Conte, I think if he left, he can get any big club in the world. I think with his history of trophies that he's won, came to Chelsea, came to Stamford Bridge, he won us a trophy. He goes to Juventus, who were in 4th place. He gets them to win a trophy. I think he's done it for other teams in the Serie A as well. He's a proven winner. And we've seen it with Tottenham now. It's not all about winning, because we've seen Jose Mourinho, arguably top 3 best managers of all time in the Premier League. So if we're looking at the likes of Jose Mourinho, who can go to Tottenham and struggle, we go and look at Conte, and he's struggling as well. So it makes you think, is it the manager that they're struggling with, or is it something much more that we haven't discussed? And I think that's what's happening at Tottenham. I think with Tottenham Football Club, I think that overall it isn't the manager. I think it's down to decisions when it comes to transfers or all those sorts of things. And I think Daniel Levy and the people in charge at Tottenham, I think, need to have a serious question as to what is going on at their club. Moving back to Everton, though, I think that it's good that they've got rid of Lampard. I hate to say it as a Chelsea man. I do. I think that it's awful. But I think that he does deserve a move away. And I think that Lampard needs to get that confidence back up. He needs to try and find some sort of winning way, some style that he has. We've seen with his transfers that he's not that bad. We've seen with Everton signings of Tarkowski and Cody, for instance, both coming in doing very well. Obviously conceding 28 goals doesn't look too good now, but last season bringing them in, they did manage to fight off relegation and quite comfortably as well. When I say comfortably, I don't mean that they were comfortably out of it, but they were comfortable looking like they were able to get out of it. You thought Everton, they ain't going down. Everton are going to stay up and they're going to do it. So a couple questions that I want you guys to leave in the comments below is, where do you think Conte will go? Where do you think Lampard will go? Who do you think will go to Tottenham? And who do you think will go to Everton? Don't forget to like and subscribe. Don't forget to turn the notification bell on so you are aware when I do post next. And just make sure, to smash the like button and just let me know in the comments what you guys think. Cheers, guys. Take care. Peace.